Hi families, you're welcome back to my beautiful channel. This is your girl Doctor once again, and today we are going to design labels right on our phone. I mean labels for your products, okay, whatever products that you're making, how you can design them. But what I want you to know is I usually print in black and white, but you can also use the same technique to print in colored. You can use the same app to print in colored form, okay? But what I usually use is the laser printer, so it comes in black and white, and I designed this myself. This is for my fragrance mist, and also on the screen you would see distilled water, which I also designed it myself right on my phone. And I'm going to show you how you can design all those things and also use all these kind of images right on your phone. Design them right on your phone. And one thing that I want to also say is that you cannot find this app that I'm about to show you on the App Store. I think it's only on Play Store. If you have an Android phone, then you can go over on App Store and then you search for this very app PixelLab. Okay, so let me open it because I've already downloaded it and I've used it more than it's what I've been using. Okay, for my Instagram pictures, it's the same thing that I've been using for my YouTube thumbnails, you know, my cover up, my banners, every single thing that I've been designing. I use the same app to design it, and I use my phone. I design them right on my phone. So you will open the apps, and I was already designing something. Okay, I was designing my fragrance mist label. So I'm going to delete this so that we will start from scratch. Okay, so let me go back and then reopen this again. So when you open that app, this is what you're going to get. And what you need to know, I am using the A4 sheet size paper. Okay, for this very method, you need to know your calculations so well, and it is not difficult. I am using the A4 size sheet. This is not sticky, but usually I use the sticky type A4 paper to make my labels. So you know, A4 sheet for the width, it is 21 centimeters. Okay, it is 21 centimeters for the width, and then for the height it is 29. Okay, 29.5, 29.3, I guess, but let's take it for 30. I think it's 29.9, but let's take it to be 30, the height of an A4 sheet. Okay, yeah. So usually if you want to make labels, what you need to start first, or what you need to do first, is to know the size of the label that you want to print. Okay, so I am going to use this as an example. For my Calm Heart fragrance mist, I go by 4:10. That means the height of the label is 4 centimeters, and then the width is 10 centimeters. Okay, I usually print it on 100 ml bottle. I don't have the bottles here. Let me pause and then go bring it. And this was what I was telling you. This is how I make this. I made this transparent dough. I will show that method later on in another video. Okay, I printed it on this one, and then I use packing tape to make this transparent, and then I place it on my bottle. So this is how I make it. The height of this is 4 centimeters. So I put that down. Right, so before I would do anything on the phone, I just put certain things down. So I want the height of my label to be 4 centimeters. So I know my height is 4 centimeters, and then I want the the width of it to be 10 centimeters. Okay, so I also put that down. I just imagine that. Okay, I just wrap the paper around it, and then I imagine, okay, I want this label to be up to this side. Sometimes I do it front and then back, but for this very purpose I made it all round. Okay, but it's not so close though, so I wanted it to be just around something like here, there, yeah, something like around here. So that is 10 centimeters. Okay, and the height is 4 centimeters. Right, so after knowing this, what you also need to do is to go on the internet, because these apps, you cannot use centimeters to work on these apps. You need to transfer or calculate it into pixel. Okay, so what you need to do is to go on the internet and then search. You can just type online calculator. You can just type online calculator on the internet, and then you would get how to calculate this in pixel. Okay, so I'm already there. I opened it for the sake of this video. So I'm gonna put in here, I want it to calculate 4 centimeters in pixel for me. So I will put in here 4, and then it will give me 155 point what, but I would only take this one. Okay, 151. Okay, so I know in pixel 4 centimeters is 151 pixel. Okay, and then I'm gonna also check for 10 centimeters. Okay, 10 centimeters too is gonna be 377. Okay, in pixel that's gonna be 377. So I'll put this down. All right, the reason why I am working in centimeters and then pixel is that for the phone the pixel will work, but for the paper size here I'm going to use the centimeters. Okay, so let's put this down. So now that you have the calculations here, let's go on the apps and then see. So when you open the apps, you will click on this 3 dots here. Okay, it's free. You don't have to pay anything for this apps, and I've been using it for like, I think since last year till now. So when you click on this 3 dots here, you come to image size. You click on the image size, and then when you see this, you would see custom. You would see all this here. When you click on this, you will see this, how to do this, but for our own, because I am going to type in my own size or ratio, I don't really need that. Sorry for that. So in here, I am going to type the width of my label in here. And as we have already calculated this, it's 10 centimeters, but you need to put pixel size in here. So I'm going to put in the 377 here. So 377 is entered. And then the height, I want it to be 4 centimeters. So I'm going to put in the 151 for the height. And then I click on OK. So you see the size here, the label size here have changed. Yeah, so that's how we're going to go about it. Okay, so let me delete this. Okay, so now I know that everything in here, everything that I want has to be on this small size. Okay, so I'm going to change this to white background. So I'm going to click on this box here to change the color of my label. Though it's going to come in black and white, but if you make it in this colored form, you're going to have this in a black form. Your background, your label background isn't going to be white. It's going to be black and white. So you have to make this white so that the printer will pick it as white for you, and then your writtens will come on black. Okay, so now that you've changed this to white, I have already designed my logo for my product. So I'm going to go on here. If you don't have a logo, that's fine. You can just skip that part and then go ahead with the next one that I'm going to teach. So I have a logo, so I have to use it. That is when I would click on this plus sign here. Okay, and then I will select from gallery because I've already created it. Okay, right, and then I'm going to find my label. I made this with this same app, and later on I will teach that. Okay, I'm going to show that later on in any of those videos. Okay, so I'm going to select my logo. I think it's this one. Right, okay, so I made this in a transparent form in PNG, but it is transparent. So I will select my label. Right, and then click on this sign to copy it. Right, it's in here now. All right, so I'm gonna squeeze this to the size that I want, and then to place it exactly where I want it to be. Right, okay, I hope you're seeing this. Okay, so I'm done with this. Now this is going to be at the front part of my label. I wish this was white so that you could see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so you can see I've placed my logo here and the name of my how do I say company, whatever. Okay, right here on top. So the next thing is going to be the name of the product. Okay, and then the size of the product that I am making. Okay, so I'm going to do that one too. So you would come here. Okay, you will click on the A size and then click on test, and then you get this image here. You will click on this arrow sign here to edit what is inside it. So claim the new text in there and then type in what you want to type. So I'm going to type in the name of my mist, my fragrance mist. So that's calm hat. Right, and then I would click on OK. Okay, so I'm going to drag this to open it a little, and at the same time I also have it in mind that there's going to be some stuffs here and then here, because this is going to wrap up, or it's going to go round on the label. So I need to leave some space here for the ingredients, and then some space here for caution. So as you are dragging this to open it or to make it large, make sure you don't go overboard, because you don't have any measurement in the middle here to detect whether this is going to go back or it's going to go extra. So just imagine that in here with your eyes. Okay, so I'm going to make this a little bit smaller under my labels. Okay, right, because I want this to be at the center. Okay, I want this to be at the center. So I'm going to deepen this color. That's when you would swap and then click on this sign here and then select the color that you want. You can select any color that you want at all. You can make this, if you're printing in colored form, then you can do this in any color that you want. Okay, because there's a lot of, I love this app so much. You know, you don't really have to struggle when you're starting a new business. It can do a whole lot of things for you right on your phone. So you see, but I'm going to stick with the black because certainly I'm going to print in black and white. Okay, so I've deepened the color. Okay, so supposing you're making this in a colored form, then you can go ahead to change the colors by switching this here. Okay, maybe you want to change this, the hat color, you want to change it into something like green or yellow, you know, golden, whatever. So you can do it this way as well, but we are going to stick with the black color. All right, so we are done with this part. Now what I also do is that I will go to the font. Okay, you would see it here, and then I'll click on it, the font AB font. There's a whole lot of fonts that you can select from here. Okay, but for this label specifically, I selected, I hope I can remember. I selected okay, let me click on recent. I think I selected this one, the auto one regular or something, right? So I selected this. Okay, so you always need to have it at the back of your mind that this has to be at the center, because there's going to be some other stuffs here and then here. So don't make this too big, but it is the name of the product, so certainly it has to be bigger than all the other stuffs on your product. Okay, I think this is fine now. Okay, and then you will click on this. Oh, let me delete it. Okay, and then you will click on the text again, and then it will give you this new text to edit another words if you want. So I'm going to click on this edit arrow sign here again, and then delete what is inside, and then type in fragrance, space it out, mist. Right. Okay, so I'm going to place this under the calm hat, and then as I did earlier on, I'm going to deepen the color, and then again too, I'm going to change the font. So I will select this font again, and then this time around, the font, I've used it before, so I'll find it at recent. Okay, it's the last one that I used, so I'm going to select this font, and then there you go. Okay, right here, so you can see it. Okay, fragrance mist. Okay, so that's fine. And then the size of my products, okay, 100 ml, but this is going to be 250 ml, so I would have to change it to 250 ml. So I'm going to click on that same arrow sign, and then it will give me the new text design, and then I'll click on edit again, and then delete. So I'm going to type the size of the product, which is 250 ml, and then I will also calculate that. I'll put the ounce, fluid ounce in there as well. So that's going to be 250 ml is going to be 8.4 fluid ounce, and then I'll put that in brackets. You can also do the slash, right? So there you are. But I'm going to make this smaller. Oh, sorry. I'm going to make this smaller, just like this. Okay, right, but I will deepen this. I'll make this bold. Let me deepen the color. Right, So I want this to come out a little bit bolder, so I will select style. I will click on the style and then click on B. So you see it has changed. If you don't want it, you can click on the T, which they've cancelled, and you will go back to the same. But I want this to be deep, so there you are. All right. Okay. So now we are at the part of the listing the ingredients in the product. Okay, and that's gonna go up this side. So first I'm gonna click on the test again. I'm gonna click on the test again, and then you would have new test here. Okay, it right there, so it's okay. And then you click on edit. And then you type in ingredients, but that's gonna be too long for the label, so I'm just gonna make it, and I'm just gonna use its abbreviation. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna click on OK. So there you are. Okay, so I would also deepen the color. When you pick up the color earlier, it's not going to be as black as you want it, so you would want to just select here, and then it will come as deep as you want. So we're going to select the bold as well again. All right. Okay, so that's fine. All right. Okay, so we are going to write down the ingredients now. So I will click on the test again, and then click on edit, clean the new text again, and then I'm going to write all my ingredients in the product. So alcohol, denat, comma, you space it, fragrance, comma, and distilled water. Okay, so you will click on OK. And then this is too long, so you would have to push this or squeeze it until it can fit right here. So you see, let's make this smaller a little. Okay, so I'm going to deepen the color once again. So I will click on color, and then I click on black. Okay. So let's say I want to make fragrance bolding. Let's go on that part. Okay. Let's say I just want to make the fragrance in the middle bold. Then I would do it this way. Click on style, and then move this arrow on fragrance only. So when you see my labels on my extracts, you would see most of this in there. I would highlight the pH in bold letters. I would highlight usage rate in bold letters. It's the same app that I used. Okay, so let's say you want to bold, you want to make this fragrance bold. This is how you're going to do it, and then you click on the bold. So you can see my ring light is disturbing. So you can see the fragrance has it has been bolding now, but we are going to make it all bold because it needs to be seen. All right. Okay, so there you are. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so under the ingredients, I will put down my telephone number, as you can see here. Okay, so I will click on the test again, drag it here, and then click on edit, type tel, and then put in my number. Okay, so I'm gonna make this smaller so it can fit right there. Okay, so I think that's fine. I'm going to deepen the color. So if you're using a laser printer as I am doing, and you don't let the words deepen, you don't deepen the words, it's not going to be so clear on your label, especially when you're making it if you're not going to make this transparent, and then you're going to make it on a white paper like this, it's not going to come out clear. So let that be bold. All right, so we're going to select the bold part again. Okay, right. And if the words are too small too, it's not going to show when you print them out. Okay. Right, so now let's come on this part. We're done with this part. Let's come here. You click on the test again and then click on edit. That's when you're going to write the caution part, the usage, how your product is supposed to be used and stuff there. But this is just I just put on the caution. Okay, right there, and then I click on the color, click on bold, click on the style, and then you click on bold. Okay, so what I'm going to put there is flammable until dry. Avoid spraying in your eye, that's all. Okay, so I'm going to test. I'm going to type, wow, I'm going to type flammable until dry, full stop. Okay, you have to forgive me. Okay, sometimes I just have to, I forget myself, and then I pull the phone to my face rather. Okay, flammable until dry. And then I'm going to deepen the color, and then let this be bold. So we click on the style, click on bold right there, and then I would also type in another one, same procedure. Click on edit, avoid spraying in the eye. Stuff that. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna let the color be deep again, and then make the letters bold. Where is it? Okay, so click on the style. Okay, right there. Okay, so now what I'm also going to, the last two things that I'm going to do is the flammable sign, okay, and then the expiry date of the product. Now these two images I downloaded them from cleanpng.com. Let me see if I can okay, so I already have the website here, the link on my WhatsApp page. So I just clicked clean png, and then it will bring the site. It will bring the link actually. So that's it. So when you find the site, you just click on and then search whatever that you want. Okay, so if you want expiry date of product that is in can, just like this, you would type that. And then if you want images which are flammable, you would also get that. If you want anything, you can search for it. Let's say you want the shape of heart, it will give you numerous ones available on their site. And this is PNG, okay, so it is easy to work with. You don't have to delete anything at the background and stuff. It is transparent, so you can just copy and then download and then place it on your image. Okay, right, so I've already downloaded those ones that I need already, so there's no need. Right, so let's go on the apps again, and then if I want to place this to there, I've already downloaded it, so I will click on this plus sign again and then go to gallery. Right, and then I'll go to the downloads parts because that's where the images. Right. Okay, so you could see it right there. Okay, so all these are PNG. So you would select this, all right, and then you don't need to edit it. You can move this. If you want to make it smaller, you can just reshape it, but that's fine. Sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna make this smaller. Okay. So on my distilled water label, you could see some water tears. I don't know how to call that. It was the same site that I copied all those things. I'll put it on the screen for you to see that. Okay. Okay, so I got it there. And then the next thing is the expiry date. So I'm also going to copy that because I've already downloaded that one too. I think it's this one, right? So right there, you click on it. So this, you can work stuff right on your phone without really stressing yourself buying all those things that you may think you may need them. Okay, so let's make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so I think that's fine. It's going to be clear. Okay, so when you're done, I'll click here on these 3 dots and then click on export image. When you come here, you have to change this to PNG, okay? Else you're not going to have a nice picture, a nice label, let me put it that way. So select the PNG, and then when you come to this part, you would have to change this to Ultra. Okay, click on the Ultra and then save to gallery. It will be right here, Pixel. So you see the label is done. Okay, now we are not done. This is the part that we would have to calculate this size on the paper, because we are going to go back to the image size again. Let me use this from here. I used this yesterday. So you would have to go back to the apps again. They have too many ads on it. It's not nice. Because it's free, there's a lot of ads on it, and it's so annoying, but you can't do anything about that because it's free. Okay, cancel. So now you have to come back to the app again. After creating the label, you have to go back and then delete the label, and then you have to go back, exit, and then come back to a fresh new page. But what I usually do is I use a dual space on my Android. Okay, so I have copied the app here to this dual space. So I leave the main copy. I will leave this main label here, and then I will use the copied app which I have on my dual space to print in the label that I want to make on this A4 sheet, because I will need a different size for this. I want to place this paper all on this phone. Okay, so I need a different one so that if I print it and I see there's something wrong with it, I don't have to go back to start all over again. I can just go back to the last one that I did and then recorrect and then put in the images here again. So you would come back to open a fresh new page on the apps. That is when you're going to type in the size of this A4 sheet. Okay, that's when you're going to type in the height and then the width of this A4 sheet, because you are working with dimensions, and you cannot just do it as you want it, because your label is not going to come out nice. So remember, A4 sheet, I said the width here is 21 centimeters. Okay, the width is 21 centimeters and the height is almost like 30 centimeters. I think, let's say 29.9. Okay, yeah, so the width is 30 centimeters, right? So that means that we are going to calculate 21 centimeters into pixel, and then 30 centimeters also into pixel. So let's work that on this. Okay, so I'm going to type in the centimeters here so that the apps will calculate it in pixel for me. Okay, so I want 21 centimeters. So I'll type in 21 centimeters, and that's going to be 793 point what, but we're going to make that 793 as the width. Okay, and then the height too, we know it to be 29.9 centimeters, but let's make this 30 centimeters. Okay, to make it easier for us, let's make this 30 centimeters. So that's going to be 1133. Usually I go with 2481 as the width, and then 3507 as the height. Okay, but let's make this in a simple way so that you're going to understand this better. So now the width is written down, the height is also the height. Don't mind my handwriting, okay, because it is something else. 85 82.7. What did I, sorry, Oh my god. 11 3 3. Okay. All right. So now we are going to put in this size on the label to change the paper on it, the paper size on it. Okay, let's change this paper size. So as I said earlier on, you're going to click on this 3 dots here, and then you will come on image size, and then you will come over here. The width, as we have calculated, it is 793. Okay, so let's put that in here, 793 as the width, and then the height we will change it to 1133. 1133. Okay, and then you click on okay. So now you see the image, the A4 sheet size is here. So you just have to imagine that you have this whole paper here on your phone. Okay, now I'm going to change, for the sake of this image, I'm going to change this into black so that you can see exactly what we're going to do here. Okay, so let's turn this into black and then delete this new text because we're not going to write anything again. We're just going to place the labels on it. Okay, so now you remember the height of our label is 4 centimeters, and then the width is 10 centimeters. Okay, so the height here, so now you have to place this on this paper. Okay, and then see how many labels are going to go in here on the height and then the width. Okay, so when you come here, 4 centimeters, which is the height here, that means that your label, when you place it here, each 4 centimeters in here, you have to calculate it that way. Okay, so we made this 30. Okay, 30 centimeters, and how many 4 goes into 30? That's how you need to calculate it. Okay, so let's say 4 4 8, another 4, which is 12, another 4 is 16, another 4 is 20, another 4 again. So that means 4 is going to go into 30. 1 2 6, yeah, it's going to go into 36, leaving 2 behind. Okay, leaving 4 centimeters is going to go into 30 centimeters 6, and then leave 2 behind. Okay, 2 centimeters behind. So that means that 2 centimeters on remaining will be the space in between your calculation or your labels. Okay, so that you can use that space to cut it. I hope you understand this. Yeah, so when you come to the height to the width to, we have 21 centimeters, and the width of our label to is 10 centimeters. So 10 centimeters will go into 21 centimeters. How many times? 2, remaining 1 centimeter. So that 1 centimeter would be the space between it so that you can cut through it. Okay, so now we know that the label 10 centimeters is going to go here twice. So here and here we would have 2 labels, and here, and then here is going to be 6. Okay, okay, so here is going to be 7, I guess, because 4 4 4 4. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So that's going to be 7. Okay, it's going to be here. The height in here, the label has to fit in here like 7 times of the label has to be on this paper. The remaining one will be the space between them. Okay, so now that you understand that part, let's go over on the app. So we have our label here now. So we have already printed, we have our A4 sheet in here. We have already printed the label. So we are going to copy the label and then place it on this ad using the calculation that we've just done. Okay, so let's copy the image that we just did. So here is it. You just copy it. You are not going into edit this, because if you edit this, you have changed the size of your label. Okay, so just copy it, click on this image, and then it will be right here. Okay, right, so as we said, this has to go in here 2, and then here 7. Okay, so now we have to squeeze this to the size that is going to be 2 in here and then 7 here. Okay, and the space in between is the remaining centimeters are going to be those that we're going to be used to cut through. Okay, that's going to be the space between them. Okay, so let's see if this will fit here twice. Then we'll copy and then place all them at a time. So in order to make a copy of this image, just click on this arrow sign here. Just click on this arrow sign here, and then click on this image. It will give you a copy. You see? So let's place this here. Okay, it fits perfect, but let's make this large because there's a lot of space around it. So let's delete this one and then copy this again and see if it would fit. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that's too much. So let's squeeze it just a little bit. Okay, and then let's copy it again and then see. Right, I think this is perfect. Okay, so now we have our 10 centimeters here, 10 centimeters here, and the space between is the 1 centimeter remaining. Okay, the space between these sizes are the 1 centimeter remaining, which we're going to use to cut our label. Okay, so now let's see if this would fit in here 7 times. Okay, so let's copy this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so let's place this right here and then see if this would fit 7 times here. Then we are good to go. We are done with our labels. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I think we got our 7. Okay, perfect. Then we're going to do the same thing here. I think I have extra labels left, so let me do it. Okay. Yeah, I think this is perfect, right? Right, so now you're going to click on this again and then click on export image. When you come here, you have to select the PNG, and then this part you have to select Ultra, okay, and then save. Right, so I'm going to print this on this A4 sheet. Okay, so to see if, because my labels are very expensive, I don't want to waste it, so I'm going to print it on this one first to see if it goes so well. Then I would use my sticker label to print it and then cut it and then place it on my product, so that you would, on my bottle, so that you see how it came out. Right, perfect. Okay, so you can see the beautiful label is ready. Okay, so now I can print it on the sticky paper and then cut it for you to see. I'm running out of toner. All right, guys, so this is the sticky one, and then this is the non-sticky one. So I just printed this on this one, so I'm going to cut it and then place it on my label for you to see, on my bottles for you to see. And I use scissors. So remember I said you should leave some space. The remaining centimeters on it, you have to leave it as a space between them so that you can get enough space to cut them, to cut your labels. You see, you don't really need all those fancy equipment to create your own labels at home. I intentionally leave some of the black lines around it so that it will also be as a design. It will also serve as a design. Okay, so here is our label. And it's the same thing that I did, but I made it transparent with a packing tape. Maybe in the next video I would show that one, but I wanted to do this so that you can see the clear image or label that we made. Oh, why can't I peel this? Right, so I'm just gonna place it right on the bottle, just like that. So you see, this is at the center, the other one's here, and then there. All right, is that not beautiful? You can sit right at home, design your own labels, you design your own logo. The next video that I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how I designed this logo. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more updates on videos like this, and also on product review. God bless you all. I love you. Bye bye.